Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing this day?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good. It's kind of a cloudy, gloomy start to the day. Uh,
Fall weather.
Hopefully, my right.
Are you good in
Oh
fall
God,
weather? Like, is this energizing time for you, or is it draining
no,
time?
it's like a hibernation time for me.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
normally I go outside for walks. I try
Mhm.
to go out in the morning, in the afternoon. Now you can't do that. Well, you can. It's just cold,
Yeah.
and I don't like being cold, so it's like
Mhm.
I just kind of hibernate. So this is kind of like my hibernation time. So
Mhm.
actually, when I wake up and it's gloomy like this, it kind of makes me feel like, okay, it's okay to stay in the house today.
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
it's okay to pop in a good movie and eat it, just gorge all day long, and just kind of work from home kind of thing.
Mm,
So I guess yes and no. How
yeah.
about you?
I get really focused in kind of cloudy, gloomy days. Like that's my
Yeah.
best time. I've always joked that I would be a really good candidate for working in Seattle. Like I focus really well in that where sunny, really nice days are distracting for me. So I love fall, and then I love spring for the renewal thing of it, but fall is my jam. Like this is my
Yeah.
time. So
Love it. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
I
I
guess,
do.
I guess everyone. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was just saying. I guess everyone's gonna feel some kind of a way, right?
Yeah.
Right. We're all human. We're all different. Um, so that's interesting the way you feel about it.
Yeah. Do you find that you
Huh.
engage in social media more since you do so much work in the social media world? Do you find that you do more of it in weather like this or
Oh
less?
yeah.
You do? You dive into that much
Yeah.
deeper?
Yeah. Because I mean, like I said, it's kind of that. Oh, it's cold outside. You don't have to go outside today. Just go hang out and do stuff on social media.
Hmm.
And so literally, I'll spend probably from 4 o'clock in the morning until probably 2 o'clock in the next day, just out there liking people's stuff, commenting on people's stuff, trying to be really genuine, giving out good advice, um, trying to move myself around social media. It always makes me happy when people say, "Man, I see you all over social media, dude. That's
Hmm.
awesome." I was like, "Thanks, man. I appreciate it." But that's just me out there trying to move around all the things that I'm doing. So yeah, on days like this, I can literally spend hours on social media. It's when I tell people it's a job, they don't
Hmm.
believe me until they start doing it, and I'm like, no, it's a
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
It's literally like a full time. If you do it right, it's a six-figure job. It's just literally a six-figure job. If you do it right, you just have to know how to do it.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to teach more and more people how to do that on social media so they can get to those six figures.
Hmm.
They don't realize once they reach that six-figure opportunity, all the things, it'd be like, this is nothing. I'm literally on my phone all day long. I can do
Hmm.
this anywhere in the world, right?
Hmm.
So now you're making you're making 100K or more, and now you're doing everything from your phone anywhere in the world.
Sure.
If you want an easy job, I can help you get an easy job. You know what I mean? But when
But
I say
it's
the word
intense.
easy, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's very intense. I mean, you have to commit to it.
Right.
It's not just about going out there and following people and liking people's stuff. You have to go out there and find true genuine connections with the people that are on social media
Hmm.
that are kind of you have to go find your community, right? And
Hmm.
so if you're a burger shop, you should go out there and find every person who loves burgers, and you should be talking to them all the time on
Hmm.
social media, right? Because they're going to give you the most genuine feedback back about burgers, which is only going to build your brand up more, right? And so that's in any industry. And you need to go out there and find people in your industry to do that. So one of the industries I'm in right now is loyalty.
Hmm.
So literally, I went out there and I joined I don't know how many loyalty groups, and I joined how many different post type comments on LinkedIn that I talk about every day of the week. Like I've joined all these organizations online, so I started having these conversations, and so they give me all the feedback I want. And
Yep.
so as I'm building out my thing, I'm able to have true, genuine feedback from people in my circle. Right?
Hmm.
It's not about just having everyone follow you.
Hmm.
Truly, it's not. But that gets to be very noisy because everyone has a different opinion in that way.
Yep.
But if you find your right community, you will get the most positive positive, genuine feedback you've ever gotten
Hmm.
in your entire life. So that's tip one for the day right there.
Hmm.
Um, if you're in an organization, go out there and find people that fit your organization.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Go communicate with those types of people, and if you do that, you will grow organically, not never having to spend a dime on
Hmm.
social media. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um,
I appreciate that we're at
that's
very different stages in our social media engagement. You're very advanced in that, and I am much more in the almost early stages. Like I've been in a lot of platforms of social media for a long time, but how I use them is different now. I take a time period every day where I just like and I share and I just engage with people as people. And then I kind of
Yep.
shift gears into like going into some specific groups and LinkedIn and what are people talking about and what are they
Yep.
talking about that relates to my business and what I do and my own strengths and talents and what can I value can I provide back in comments. And I've been much more intentional about the comments and things that I make and sharing information in that. And like, more than just clicking the like, because,
Yep.
that's one data point, but actually I want people to have that qualitative data from me too,
Yep.
so that we can connect a little bit more. So that's been helpful. And then I've been doing a lot more direct messaging people in direct conversations, more than I ever did before, which takes a lot of time, but I think that fuels the other engagement well. So like, and it's just a little bit different path, but I remember early on you had told me to, go out and spend time engaging, and
Yep.
you were not light about the term of what engaging means, that it isn't just scrolling and cool puppy picture, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Like
right.
it's really just,
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
really
You gotta
thinking
have a
about how
conversation.
you're intersecting into their world,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
I do that a lot more now. But yet now I'm in that stage where I have to start thinking about how do I intentionally do that so that I'm not spending a ridiculous amount of time doing it for not a lot of impact. Like, what is your time?
You hire somebody.
Yeah.
So there is absolutely no way around it. The time that has to be put behind it. There's just no way. I've tried to figure out the hacks. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do this, and so I started going out there, and I would literally write something, copy and paste it, and just go start copying, just drop it everywhere. Right? I tried to figure out the hacks. Well, but then now I'm not being genuine.
Right.
And so people can tell you're not being genuine, and so my engagement went down.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, that's not cool. So the whole goal to social media for a business is engagement.
Right.
And if you want your engagement to continue to go up, and if it's not going up, you're doing something wrong. You need to look at moving forward, right?
Yeah.
So I tried to figure out the hacks, but there is no way around it. There literally is no way around it. You have to spend the time and put in the comments. Or you have to pay someone to go out there and have your brain and put those same, genuine comments out there to grow your thing on social media. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels.
Yeah. The advice I've given a few people is to really pick one platform that you really like and that you're pretty good at, and then get really good at it. Know all the ins and outs and stuff, and then start adding what links well to that, and start adding to that to your mix and adding that to your mix. So for myself, then I started with Facebook and have started to look at how does that connect well to other things, so I understand the other ones a little bit better. But my 2021 goal is to be really solid in like 4 more of them, and how do they connect well. So otherwise it's just overwhelming. It's overwhelming otherwise. It's too much.
Trust me, that's smart though. When I first started out, I got stuck into the fact that I wanted to be everywhere. Right? I was like, I got to be everywhere, and so I had to go out there and I had to learn every one of them. And it was doing it one at a time, like you're doing it, and focusing on that. You should get so good at Facebook. When you move to the next one, like you say, you'll understand a little bit better, and you'll be able to do better and faster. With me, it was more of like I had to consume it all at once because I wanted to be in all those different places, and it's very overwhelming. My YouTube game is still weak, because I'm focused right now on Instagram, right? And then, but then I'm also trying to figure out, okay, how to monetize TikTok, right? And being it's so random, and then I'm like, okay, now Facebook is one of my most frustrating ones.
Oh, really?
It's one of my most frustrating ones. I mean, it's one of the places that to get the engagement you want, it takes forever because Facebook doesn't allow you to organically go out there and blow up.
That's true.
It just, you can think they do, but they don't. They have total control. And so like I'll do a post and I'm thinking this should get a ton of engagement, right? And I start moving it around, and then my engagement is just like weak, and I'm like wondering why is it so weak in these different places? It's what Facebook, it's what they're controlling. You know what I mean? They control your engagement. It's because they want you to pay for it. You know what I mean? They say they want to keep you on the platform as long as possible, but if they did, they would create smarter feeds. Right? Give me something give me a feed that I want to be on all the time, and I'll be on that feed all the time.
Yeah.
You keep putting a bunch of dumb stuff in my feed that I don't want.
Yeah.
It
I think
screws up the thing. But
LinkedIn probably has that figured out the best, where you can have a very specific feed,
yeah,
just based on who you engage and how you engage in the
well,
groups and stuff.
I mean,
So
yeah, I mean that's every platform. So Facebook is the exact same way. I mean, depending on where you engage with and all that kind of stuff like that, it's all meant to work that exact same way. It's just the other platforms. I don't know if I'll say they move quicker,
mm,
but I'll know for a fact if I do a post on Facebook or LinkedIn and Instagram all at the same time, my Instagram will get the fastest engagement
mm,
right off the bat.
mm,
And I haven't, and I still have not figured out how LinkedIn is, how they're gauging stuff.
mm,
In a sense where a good friend of mine, she posted a post about her getting her pilot's license,
mm,
right? And so I did a post about helping a charity out.
mhm.
And so literally, for some reason, LinkedIn kept them close by each other. And so every
Oh,
time someone liked her stuff, it would show me. And every time someone like that post that I put out, it would show me. So it kept us close by close, right? So I got to
huh.
watch her engagement go up. And
Yep.
so I watched mine go from like 715 views, but only like 16 or 17 worth of engagement, to hers jump to over 4,000 views and over 795 comments. I was like, what
Wow.
just happened? Like what happened? Like we both did good. Like she got a pilot's license. I was
Yep.
helping a charity out, but why did hers get more engagement than what mine got? And I have a pretty massive network. But
Yep.
so just figuring out little things like, so that's how nerdy I am when it comes to social media, right?
That's awesome,
It's
though.
like,
Yeah.
but it was, so I haven't truly figured it out. I know how to get engagement on all platforms. That's not an issue,
Yep.
and it's all free engagement. I don't pay for any of it.
Right.
But at the exact same time, I still haven't figured out what they're gauging to make posts become more organically engaging, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
so I don't know. I'm still figuring out some hacks. I know LinkedIn's doing stories now. Have you tried that?
Yep.
Have you tried that out yet?
Yep. A little bit. Yep.
So at first that was kind of interesting. So I used it twice already, but then I stopped because really, what is it to be used for?
Hmm.
Is it to drive people to your content, or to put people to your page? So what are you putting out there?
Yeah.
Like, what does it need to be? The first thing I did was, video my offers.
Hmm.
Okay, what value does that have to anybody?
Hmm.
Right? And so it's like starting to think about how you use these tools before you use
Yeah.
them is very smart too. So, but I'm so jacked about that. I've been working with another thing called Pages on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
So it allows my company to have multiple pages, right?
Yep.
And so it's just talking about all products. I can talk about this product on one page, this product on another page, but it keeps them all separate.
Hmm.
So playing with things like that has been kind of cool. So I don't know, just trying to learn all the platforms. But I agree with you. Take your time, focus on one, hone that skill, and then knock it out from there.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
I think
Good.
as a business,
Good
that would be smart.
advice. Good advice.
Yeah.
I always learn something
Talk,
when you talk about that, because like I said, you're much more advanced in that piece of it than I am.
thank you.
I'm gonna dig into it and kind of figure it out, and then share that and get other people to try it with me. So we have similar approaches, but a little bit different, and yeah, it lends itself to good info.
I like your approach, though. I like your approach. It's like I said, you
Thanks.
don't have to go out there and try to learn them all at once. Because to be honest with you, depending on what business you are, you don't need to be in all of them.
Yeah.
It completely depends on. Honestly, it completely depends on what your goals are.
Yep.
And then you go figure out what platforms you need to be on, right?
Yeah.
The other day, Adam Martin from F5, he did a post where he said something about his feed. And I said, dude, you control your feed, right? If you're out there liking on certain stuff, that pulls it into your feed. You're
Yep.
commenting on certain stuff, that pulls it into your feed. So if you don't want a negative feed,
Yep.
you shouldn't talk about negative things. Otherwise, you're gonna get a negative feed.
Yep.
I mean, your entire day is like filled with like negative stuff. Now, there's
Yep.
people who love to consume that.
Yep.
I am not one of them. I
Yeah,
pride
I'm not
myself
either.
on I pride myself on liking little to zero negative stuff. If you're gonna post something negative, you're not gonna get my like, you're not gonna get my comment, you will
Yep.
not get my attention, because I don't want that to show up on my feed on a regular basis.
Yep.
My feed right now is full of nothing but positive stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I
So
agree.
I wake up every day, and the first thing people always say, "Why do you go on social media first in the morning? It's so negative." I said it's not. I said normally sometimes when I wake up in the morning, someone just posted a really energetic, amazing post that gets me fired up about my day,
Yep.
and boom, I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? But that's the feed that I'm building for myself.
Same
So
here.
businesses,
Same
yeah,
here.
I mean,
Yep.
businesses, people in general, we control our feeds.
Yes.
If we want them to be positive and be, enlightening, then we need to focus on that.
Absolutely.
So yes, I mean that's little tip number 2, I guess, for me on social media for the day, right?
Yeah, my last thing that I kind of want to close with is just giving credit where credit's due on social media too. Like I've noticed a lot of people like copy and paste out images and things, and then they post that stuff as if it's theirs. And
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of share instead of copy paste. You know, share it from somebody else because you're helping them out. You're also like connecting and giving credit. You're
Love it.
respecting the creation. Like if somebody writes something well, you know, share that or give them
Yep.
credit. And then pay attention to how it really comes out on your feed too. Like I shared somebody's a really great message and it didn't credit them. So then I went back and I edited it and tagged that person. I said, just full disclosure, giving so-and-so credit. They inspired me this morning. And, you know, like I think being really intentional about spreading the love and spreading the you know, the kudos where it's supposed to be. And it's also respect and honoring the creative process. I think that's really important for people to not forget. Just because you can copy paste and you can say anything you want doesn't mean you should.
Yep.
Like,
no, not at all. Not at all. I mean, I totally agree with that. Make sure you give people their props. I mean, they put the work in to build out the thing. If you're going to share it, then make sure they get credit for it. I mean, that's just doing the right thing. You know what I mean?
It lifts the whole. It lifts the whole. That's just the best way to do it, I think. So, yeah.
I agree with you. With you. Well, once again, it has always been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been amazing as usual. I love having these conversations with you. As I'm talking to you, I'm having to relive it, right? And so it's actually just refreshing it in my brain. And so I'm sitting there thinking, okay, when we get off this call, I'm gonna go do some other stuff on social media.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing actually. I should go into my LinkedIn and check out the pages thing because I haven't looked at it.
So I think these conversations help us out. I hope they'll help other people.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the exact path that you were gonna take. That if people have questions, to just ask. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, if you have questions out there, ask us. I'd be willing to give you any knowledge that I have to help you do things you need to be doing on social media or offline too, either or. Amy, I'm pretty sure the value you're going to add is going to be online and offline too. So it'll be a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Hopefully everybody got a little bit inspired on how to use social media, or at least our takes on it, so that they can find their own fit in it. So with that, have a powerful day.
Have an amazing week.
Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.
We'll talk soon.
Bye.